Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. This is becoming a bit of a habit, getting up early, starting my 5am Club here on George Street at the light rail station. It's a slightly windy morning. It's still dark. I'm not sure what's happening above in terms of cloud. But we're going to go on a walk and talk and do a book summary today. And the book summary is entitled Imagine It Forward, and it's written by a female author by the name of Beth Comstock. Beth was the vice chair of General Electric in the US in the 90s during some very, very challenging years. And she talks about the importance of using your strengths and your capabilities to stand out and make a difference. And she kicks off her book with a beautiful quote, and the quote is as follows: "A spark is a person, usually an outsider, whose unique perspective, the more different, the better, challenges the team to think differently." So we all are called to action. We are all invited to be a spark in people's lives, be it our families, our communities, our work environments. Regardless of where we engage ourselves, there's an opportunity, as the author says, for each and every one of us to make a difference and to be a spark. So let me just get on the light rail and go down to Circular Quay, and I'll sit where I normally sit because we are, after all, creatures of habit. Anyway, so there's nobody on the light rail, so I can talk freely without people looking over their shoulder and wondering what the hell's happening, who's talking to themselves. So the author here reminds us, and we're all pretty aware of it, but it's good to be reminded every day, that the world today is extremely different to what it was a decade ago, and we are busier now than ever, and the change is accelerating. So the status quo, the normal, the new normal, is a very, very increasingly changing world. So learn to live with it, learn to appreciate it, learn to embrace it, because you just can't escape it, is the key message. So we all need to keep forcing ourselves to take a step forward, even though you may think that the ground below us is crumbling away, even if you feel that you're not ready for it. We just need to be bold and to keep on moving forward for fear of being left behind. Because things are changing so rapidly, you need to stay engaged, you need to stay relevant, and you need to stay focused and to continue doing what you're doing. Even if you feel you're not ready for it. The key lesson is to think that, or to know with certainty that you need to keep on moving forward and to build and maintain momentum. So the first formal point to come out of this book is that because Beth Comstock was a woman in the 90s in a world which was dominated by men in business, she overcame sexism, brutal sexism, by using her strengths, by using her individual strengths, and she leveraged, believe it or not, her introvertedness. Because she was introverted, this actually was a strength, because it allowed her to think more about ideas, to think more deeply about ideas, and she was able to focus intently and not take anything personally, especially back in the days when men dominated everything in the business world.
This stop is Circular Quay.
The next point that the author reminds us about is that adversity in our lives is inevitable, but you can lead yourself and others through it by being daringly innovative. So it's important just to understand and to wake up and to know that each day is going to be different. Each day is going to be challenging, but to know that we all face the same challenges, but we can all get through it by being innovative and by welcoming it, by embracing it, and by appreciating the fact that it's a gift. Adversity, change, discomfort is something that we all need to be familiar with. So the author goes on to say that it's easy to wait things out. It's easy to sit down, do nothing, and just wait for things to change, and to do what's familiar. However, this is not going to change and not going to provide opportunity for you. Because at the end of the day, we need to be daring and to try something different or something new in adverse times. Because as we said, sitting it out, doing nothing may make you feel comfortable, may save a bit of angst because we're doing the sort of things that we normally know, but you need to do something different in order to gain something different. We all are invited and we all have the opportunity to be a beacon of hope when everybody else is panicking. And what Comstock did back in when we had the 9/11 incident was she boldly put an ad in the press there of the Statue of Liberty rolling up her sleeves and saying that we will get through this. So it's important as a leader, as a social or a community leader with social conscience, to be able to give people hope and to use bold innovation to imagine things forward to a better future for all. It's so easy just to sit back and, as we said, to be fearful and to ruminate and to look at all the bad things happening around us. But we need a spark, or we need to be the spark in order to lift people out of their negative thinking, out of their behaviours which don't serve them and don't serve those around them. So the third key point to come out of the book is the following point: amid uncertainty, we need to be able to craft a meaningful story. As we said before, the future for all of us is uncertain. The only certain thing is none of us, nobody has been to the future, and the future is uncertain. But we need to be able to use that and to leverage that. And amid all of that uncertainty, as we said, to be able to craft a meaningful story about our circumstances, to get clarity and focus on a brighter future. It's realistic to understand, and we all need to understand that we can't escape change. We can't expect, we need to expect that we're going to be constantly in a situation of constant flux, volatility, uncertainty, and complexity and ambiguity. The world is getting tougher. It's getting more complex, and all of that is accelerating. So the natural state is to be in a world which is uncomfortable. But as we said, we need to welcome this in order to be able to deal with it. Because the most important point to come out of this book here, and a point which I absolutely love, is where the author says that every uncertainty, every single uncertainty has opportunity baked into it. So the key message is that it's up to us to tell the right story about what has happened, a story that is empowering, a story that will serve us, and we need to live and act in hope for a better tomorrow. So there you go, a wonderful book summary by Beth Comstock about how she navigated the nervous 90s, and we're almost 30 years on from that period. It's amazing how time goes. So thank you for joining me on this book summary, or this Jim's 5am Club, where we went through and talked about the book entitled Imagine It Forward by Beth Comstock, and hopefully we've been able to pick out of it a few gems, a few life hacks that we can use to get us through the morning, get us through the day, to be the wind beneath our wings, to be the wave beneath our boards, and to be the zephyr which bellows our sails to propel us forward, to get us closer to where we want to be in life, and to serve us, and to enable us to live, learn, and pass it on. So wishing everybody a wonderful Wednesday. I went to choir practice last night, and it was such an uplifting experience. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's my opportunity to do some deep play, so to speak, where I can just switch off, enjoy the company of a beautiful barea, and to sing as loud as I want to my heart's content, and to unite and connect to my Greek roots, and to basically escape the challenges of life, but at the same time knowing that deep down in my subconscious is working away to solve the many sort of challenges that I've got and that we all have in our heads, but to do it through the benefits and the glory of deep play. So thank you, Yassas. Have a wonderful hump day. Wednesday is a glorious day. So take care and enjoy this beautiful day. And I can see the breeze is once again, like yesterday, coming from the southwest. It's a southwesterly breeze. It looks clear in the west, but from the east I can see a bit of thick cloud. So we'll see where this day takes us. Yassas, and bye for now. Ilakya. Bye.